So everybody, boy JC in the house. Special guest with me tonight is Mario. Topic of the day is going to be, are men the causes for single mother? Everybody gather around. Your boy JC and Mario in the house. Everybody gather around. Gather around. Everybody gather around because earlier this day I made a post on Facebook that said, women, men are the ones that create single mothers or start complaining about single mothers and stuff. So they're waiting for Mario to get online, so everybody gather around. What's going on, Mario? What's going on? You get the invite? What's going on, Justin, Dre, Mario, Crystal? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Mario, you there?
Big dog, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's happening, man? What's going on?
What's going on? Let me turn this up a little bit, man, so I can hear you a little bit better. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. So introduce everybody. Tell
Okay.
everybody about you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what it is, you should know who it is. It's Mr. KT 101. Um, Back on another platform. I'm with my big brother. So let me jump right into it because I know I like to switch it off in reference to who starts. My brother made a post in reference to are men responsible for single mothers. And immediately not my neutron start. Some people said both are responsible. So I wanted to do a live with my brother and find out, okay, let's dive deep inside this right quick or whatever. So first of all, let's first of all, why did you make the post like that? Let's talk about that, big bro.
Oh, you want to ask me? Okay, I
Yeah.
made a post because I see Minister Jap. He had made a post about single mothers and stuff are the reason why the black community is in destruction. And I kind of made a
Okay.
post and I said, absent fathers are the root for the
Okay.
condition of the black community. You know, so then I just made a post saying that black men are the ones that create single mothers. Keep
Okay.
complaining about single mothers, but we don't want to keep creating them. Keep having babies out of wedlock and not marrying our baby mothers. And while we keep impregnating her without giving her the ring or giving her a title.
Hmm. Okay, good point. So you believe that black men are responsible predominantly for making single mothers. Is that what you believe?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
feel like it's on both parties. But like I said, I'm gonna put more responsibilities on the men because he is the head. You know.
Mhm.
What
Okay.
you got to say about that
Well,
though?
so this is the reason why I wanted to do the live with you, brother, because I wanted to go toe to toe with the big dog. I wanted to go toe. I wanted to put on some suspenders for you, brother. So here's my thing. I feel like, I think it's a combination, first of all, of both people having equal responsibility. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down a few things and you let me know how you feel about those things. One, a lot of single households, a lot of single parent households, they're composed of just the woman. Stop me anytime you feel like the statistics that I'm throwing at you is wrong. When you talk about
Okay.
black families or black households in reference to only having a single parent, a lot of those single parents just happen to be the mother. With that being said, a lot of times the mothers, because they have kids at a young age, they haven't developed that concept or the principles needed to actually govern those children. This is what I mean. That means that they either keep men on a constant rotation through their house, they haven't learned how to communicate with that man to build that relationship, or they haven't learned how to govern their children because they were children themselves when they had that particular child. The issue is that the process repeats itself. If I was young and I had a kid and I didn't know how to communicate when I was young, what I pass on to my child is the same tactics, is the same principles, is the same standards. So with that being said, if you meet me, let's say I'm a young guy, and I meet a young lady who was raised by a mother who couldn't communicate, who was actually really promiscuous in the streets, the question now comes down to is, if this female decides that she wants to have sex with me, she decides to have a baby by me, am I now responsible for her saying that I am reasonable, right? That I am practical enough to say, yeah, I wouldn't mind sleeping with this man. I wouldn't mind having a child by this man. At some point in time, when does the onus of responsibility fall on that particular person? And I feel like because we don't raise our children to be respectable, to have self-worth, that the process repeats itself. So I don't feel that there's Black men making single mothers. I believe, this is what I believe. I believe single mothers are helping to produce a repetitive cycle. Talk to me, bro.
I mean, like I said, it takes two, but I feel like as men, we have to, like I said, tell men how to protect their seed, protect their legacy, and value their family last name. Teach boys that it's not cool to just keep trying to sleep with everybody and make babies and not take care of them, because 9 times out of 10, when a man has sex with a woman and he ends up getting her pregnant, a lot of times he leaves or he's not there for the child, you know. That's not all cases.
Mm-hmm.
And also I want to address the woman as well, is that you gotta make sure you gotta understand that regardless of whether you get on the man or not, you're gonna be the one that's taking care of the child mostly than the men. There are situations where the men do take care of the child, but more than that, a lot of times where the woman's gonna be the one taking on both roles. So, even if he is present, so that's something that women gotta be mindful as well too.
Okay, good point. Good point. So I see the comments coming in. I don't know if you're gonna start reading some of those or not.
Yeah.
However, I'll let you read the comments. Let's get some of the comments in, bro.
Okay, Sarah says, I think these guys have broken promises. They tend to like multiracial women, but they cheat and they don't grow up to tell them they met their match. Okay. What's going
Okay.
on? What's going on, Phil Rock? What were you going to say, though?
Well, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have to stop thinking that everyone comes self-made. Everyone comes with this idea or this principle of, I already have all the knowledge I need to be a parent, to be a role model, to be a provider. Some things, can be self-taught. Some things can be learned through educational principles, or some things can just happen over experience, over time. We are in a society where having fun and being entertained is the top priority. Having fun and being entertained is the top priority. Could I be a parent, or could I just be cool in the club? Should I be a good friend, or should I just indulge in this gossip and drama? The narrative has switched in reference to role models versus negativity. And the thing about it is, we as people, as the public who watch these things, we are equally responsible for these single women. Somebody's asking right now, how the hell am I responsible for these single women? My thing about it is, when you tell a single woman it's okay to have children out of wedlock, it's okay to have a one-night stand, it's okay to go out here, have a baby by a man who said, I don't want a baby with you. Now, some people will say pro-life, pro-choice. We get it. We understand it. But my thing about it is, let me ask you a question. You're 15 years old. You're having sex with somebody, hopefully around that age, but let's be realistic, right? Let's be realistic. 17, 18, shit, he could be a college freshman.
Nah,
And
you wanna go that
you just trying to get it in. You just trying to get it in. My thing about it is it the college freshman's fault? Is it the parents' fault? Or is it the girl's fault who's having sex? At what point in time do we put the onus on the person with the vagina? Or is it just the guy? I want to let's have that conversation, big bro. Come on, let's talk to me.
I mean, it's on both parties, but I feel like men, like I said, we gotta protect our seed. And women gotta do better as well as far as not allowing different dudes to, shoot aside and raw. Because like I said before, they're gonna be the ones taking care of the child, getting up for the appointments, getting up to see the doctor and stuff. He may or may not be present. And there's also situations where she's married, but she's still considered a single parent because she still has to take on both roles. Just because she's married doesn't mean she's not a single parent. You know.
Okay, so let's ask this or whatever case may be. I'm seeing some of the comments or whatever case may be. And I like the thing it says it's both need to be responsible. You're exactly right. I think both parties need to be responsible. I think both people need to look at the situation and ask, okay, first of all, if I'm not ready to have a child, I need to use a condom. I need to use some type of preventive measures so that way we don't have a child. So if you don't, if the female doesn't use protection, right? The male doesn't use protection. I'm trying to figure out how the men are now responsible for the entire single mother platform. I guess I want to dive into that real quick. Can you break that part down for me?
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, the man's the head. He's supposed to cover the woman. Like, if he should know. Like, look, all I gotta do is put there and wrap myself. That's all I have to do. Like I said, I can't worry if she's on birth control. I can't worry about all that. I gotta worry about what I can control, and that's me ejaculating inside of her, because you can have sex with a woman and not ejaculate in her.
I can't agree with you, JC. JC, I love JC, come here. Get these elbows. JC, listen. JC, listen. Let me ask you a question. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say this. Let's say that there was only one pond in the city, one lake that you could drink out of, right? And everybody is responsible for coming to that lake and getting some water. Let me ask you a question. If you know that somebody's coming to that lake or there are several people coming to that lake, wouldn't you protect yourself in reference to, you know what, I'm not going to let everybody just drink out my lake. I'm going to take some precaution. So if you're the woman, the penis goes inside the vagina. Y'all stop me when I'm lying or y'all feel like I'm wrong. The penis goes inside the vagina, right? So if the penis goes inside the vagina, if you're the woman, don't you have the right, don't you have the self-respect to say, you know what, hold on. Before you put your penis inside me, I'm going to make sure two things happen. One, I'm on birth control. Two, you got a condom on. When does the responsibility for that female project onto that male and say, you know what, I'm not about to just, if I'm going to have sex, I'm going to have responsible sex. And I think that's the issue with households not teaching both boys and girls responsible sex. But the thing about it is those females have to lay on their back, bend over or something to get this sperm inside them. And if it's multiple men, you got to ask yourself, at what point in time do we say it's your responsibility as well? what the JC, come back. Come back. JC. Come on,
talk to me. Make some good points. Yeah, so you make some good points though. But like I said before, why does she have to release your body to tell you to wear a condom on? Why does she have to tell you that? And then that should also be awareness too. If man, y'all having sex and he's not trying to put on a condom, it should be no sex. It should be that simple. Like, just like you go you go to your job, you don't have your work badge. Sometimes you can't even like clock in and stuff. So how can you be responsible in other aspects of life, but it comes down to having sex? You don't want to have your condom. You don't want to be on birth control.
Right,
It doesn't make sense to me.
right. So I don't know if let me see. Let me read this real quick out loud. Only a loser man would say he is not responsible for not having a condom and making a child because she has a vagina. It's her sole responsibility. My thing just went up a little bit. Hold on. Because she has a vagina, it's her sole responsibility to make sure she does not get pregnant. So I don't know if that's directed towards me or just in general, but let me make sure I say this real quick. Both parties that's responsible for make a baby. Women are not asexual. Asexual means that they self-produce. What happens is they need a man, right, to help them produce. So with that being said, because another party is used, another gender, a male, with that being said, those two parties that's responsible for making that baby are both responsible equally. So when I see something that says, well, men are responsible for single, I think it says single women or single households. Which one did you say?
Yeah, single mothers, single mothers.
Single mothers. So my thing
Yeah.
about it is women have the right to say, I'm not sleeping with you unprotected. Matter of fact, if I'm going to decide to go to the club, if I'm going to decide to go to the library, if I'm going to decide to go to Walmart with Dixie, wherever I go, I'm going to make sure before I reach out into that sexual activity, I'm going to be doing birth control. You have that right. Man, this does not let you off the hook. Here's the thing. If you do not respect that woman, respect her mind, respect what it is that she's trying to do in reference to her career, respect her children, respect her household, respect her body, then you shouldn't be sleeping with her. The problem is that our society does not promote respecting women. It doesn't promote respecting men. If you really look at it, it don't. Our society doesn't promote respecting each other. So we got to say, okay, at some point in time, we got to be held equally responsible. So I want you guys, if you're just tuning in right now, I want you to listen to everything that's said. I know sometimes when somebody says something about a woman, we get a little emotional. Sometimes people say something about a man, we get a little emotional. But this is why I like talking to JC, because I believe that JC he's going to be an honest broker. And I feel like if we're going to say sex is sex, then sex is sex. So whether it's, well, let's just deal with the male and female. Male and female, in regards to having a child, both parties are equally responsible. That's how I feel. Talk to me.
Yeah, you're right about that. Let me read some of these comments. Monique said, once but the baby gets there, why can't some men handle their responsibilities? Why put 100% on the woman? Yeah, you're right about that. I mean,
Okay.
like I said,
Who was that to say that?
Monique Thompson, she said,
Okay. Trying to roll up. Trying to roll up.
Why put the 100% on the woman? Yeah, like I said before, if you're going to go out here and have sex, you have to understand that there is a possibility that the child may be born and you may be needing a co-parent, But like I said before, as far as the woman's aspect is, you're going to be the one making sure you're waking up early to eat, we feed the child, and make sure they got the homework done. So it's going to be a lot of the burn's going to be on you with or without him, even if he is very wrong, so you have to take it into account too. We can sit and say, men need to do better, but it's like you're the one that's opening up to receive.
I'm gonna say something to you, JC, that you may be able to relate to and possibly maybe not. Man, I recently had a little girl 2 weeks ago. Beautiful thing, beautiful thing. And I've watched her mother over the past 2 weeks feed, nourish, love, support our daughter. And it's a beautiful, amazing thing. You know what makes it so amazing to me? What makes it so amazing to me is that I've experienced life. Stay with me, JC. Thank you. I experienced life. As a man, 39 years old, I've experienced life. The same life that I've experienced, you cannot expect a 13, 16, 18-year-old to experience. You can't expect that. Those are boys. Those are boys having children that says, I'm not ready for the responsibility, but I wanted the JJ. Stay with me. Those are young girls. I'm not ready for the responsibility, but I wanted the penis. At some point in time as adults, we got to sit down and say, we got to teach our young kids better. We got to be better role models for our young kids. That's what it is. It takes life experience for you to appreciate a good woman. It takes life experience for you to appreciate a good man. If these young kids continue to say, I'm going to watch BET, VH1, MTV, all the other reality TV shows that come into mind and come into play, I'm going to let them govern how I treat a man, how I treat a woman. I'm not telling you that a man is not responsible for getting a woman pregnant. You goddamn right he's responsible. But I'm telling you that mentally, his ass is not responsible. He's not built for that shit. The woman that gets pregnant, even though she prides herself on being a boss, being a diva, talking that shit, she's not built for that. That's why those grandparents are raising those kids. Stop me when I lie. Stop me when I lie. Come on, JC. I'm going to shut the hell up. I'm going to shut the hell up.
No, you're right about that. You know, a lot of times the parents are the ones that's putting the kids on the grandparents. That's not fair for the grandparents. You know, I mean, like I said, you just got to be cautious of whoever you sleep with. There are diseases out here that are, you know, when pregnancy, you know, just be cautious, be careful. My issue is, you know, just guys, you know, that do get women pregnant, not being there for the child and being inconsistent.
Okay.
That's the issue. You know, whether you're married or not, I feel like you have a responsibility to take care of your child. And then a lot of men that are complaining about single mothers, they have children, they have children out of wedlock that they're not married, they haven't married their child mother. So what are you complaining for? You can raise a single mother. So, you know, how can you sit here and just complain about it over and over again? Why not marry her? You know, why not give her a ring? Why not before you impregnate her? Wasn't it like that back in the day? You know, shotgun wedding.
JC,
like
what you're talking about? What you're talking about? First of all, if y'all tuning in right now, I want y'all to make sure y'all follow JC on YouTube. The brother's doing big things. He always has the post that makes you think, that makes especially from a standpoint to make you on some real shit, to make you say, okay, I got you, I hear you, what you're saying. Now I don't agree with every goddamn thing, and that's just me. But the fact of the matter is, I believe that this brother comes from an honest point of view. So I always applaud that, and I always love the fact that we can come and have this dialogue. I love it. But what I want to say to my brother, and I want to say to the audience right now is, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand, sometimes it takes life experience to humble you. You understand what I'm saying? It takes a situation, it takes a significant event to humble you, to make you appreciate the things that's around you. Everybody don't appreciate breathing. They don't appreciate being able to touch. They don't appreciate being able to taste or smell or hear until that is challenged. You understand what I'm saying? I don't appreciate a good woman until I get into a situation where I need a good woman. You won't appreciate a good man until you get into a situation where you need a good man. So the fact of the matter is, we have, somebody said babies having babies. We have babies having babies, and we're expecting them to be a good man, to be a good woman. And in reality, they're not men or women mentally yet. They may be thicker than all outdoors. Brother may have a 10-inch penis. Let me put my penis on my shoulder. Let me put my penis on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean mentally they're ready for that type of relationship. We have to understand, first of all, who are the people in this relationship? Who are the people in this relationship? Once we identify the type of people in that relationship, we then can identify a solution for the relationship. Identify who it is you're talking to, who it is you're dealing with, how it is they were raised, and what it is that they believe in. And I guarantee you, as an innocent bystander, because always the innocent bystanders get it, right? I guarantee you would be able to make a sound decision and give a sound advice on how they should move forward. But kids having kids does not promote posterity in the future. It does not promote anything positive. It's a oxymoron. A baby does not know how to take care of themselves. So if a baby has a baby, the only thing that baby can teach the other baby is how to be a baby. Stop me when I lie. Come on, bro. Let's go.
No, you're right about that, but you keep talking about children raising children. There's some guys who are in their 30, 35, 40s, still acting like child trying to raise kids. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not so much about age; it's all about your mindset. 'Cause a lot of people in their mid-20s, they're mature for their age and they can handle the situation.
Right.
And somebody in their early 40s, so it's not all about just age. But I do feel like you do need to go through those life experiences to get that type of knowledge. Whether it's good or bad. You gotta.
JC just made a good point, y'all. He just made a great point. There are men that's over 30 years old that are pieces of shit. That are pieces of shit. I'm not going to debate that with JC. Me and JC got on glasses right now, and I don't wear glasses all the goddamn time. I'm just saying, I'm not going to debate that with JC. I get it. I salute you. I understand. My thing is this. We have to separate the narrative. We have to understand that there are young kids or babies having babies, and then we have older people who should be mentally developed. Let me ask you something, brother. If I take a person, matter of fact, I take my daughter that was born 2 weeks ago, and I put her in an environment where being ratchet, being loud, being ghetto, being promiscuous, being a boss with the title, but without the things to back it up, an actual business, et cetera, et cetera. You with me? You following me, right?
Yeah.
I do all these things and I groom her. I govern her. I show her that this is what dad likes. Mom shows her this is what mom likes. And I put her in an environment where it nourishes and flourishes her to think that being this way is the right way. She grows up in society thinking as a 21-year-old, 30-year-old, this is the way I need to be successful. And guess what happens? You then meet that woman, JC. You meet my daughter, and you then say, oh, well, she's ratchet, she's ghetto, she's not white material, whatever. But she only knows what she's been groomed to know. She only acts the way she's been governed to act. The thing about it is these 35-year-old men that you say act like boys, some of them just don't know any better. These women that you feel like, oh, they're promiscuous, I'm going to be half naked, I'm going to show my ass, I'm going to show my chest, I'm going to do all these. They don't know any better. They think what they're doing is correct. So when you, JC, walk up on the scene, you clean cut, you got a tie on, maybe a bow tie. I don't know what you do, JC. I'm just saying, you roll up on the scene and you talking to these women, and they're saying, well, you ain't a boss if you ain't driving a Bentley. You saying, well, I got a Honda and I keep it damn clean. I'm just saying, right? I don't own a company, but I work at Waffle House and I'm the manager. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have a 16-bedroom house, but I got a 3-bedroom apartment and the shit is fly. We got to understand what people are learning in today's society. What says you're relevant or irrelevant? And that's the problem, brother. That's the problem. We're talking to people who think that having a job at Waffle House as the manager is not cool. You got to be a record producer. You got to be an NBA player. You got to be an NFL player. You got to be a star. Because your everyday job won't qualify you to be a boss. Talk to me, bro. I'm going to shut up.
I know. I want to read a comment. Remy has said, sexual behavior in our community is sickening. We surround everything with sex and selfishness. The men protect the community only. If I'm banging her, people in the community protect the children. Well, they are not my kids. Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, because a lot of guys don't feel like they need to protect women or just protect children unless they're screwing the baby mother or a baby mama, they don't feel like they need to provide for them all, and
Hmm.
all that should just come natural. You really shouldn't have to kind of have sex with your child mother or just a strange woman just to give her help. That doesn't really bode well with me. Marlon said, "It's a lot of broke people in the community making loads of babies they can't afford." Yeah, you're right about that. But we can't afford them, but we keep trying to have sex unprotected. So you know, no wonder why a lot of people getting diseases and stuff because we're not being responsible. When we're being sexually active.
Um, Marlon, you make a good point. First of all, a lot of these babies that's being produced right now, they're being produced not because the parents are saying, go out there and have sex. It's okay. They're not doing that. What they're doing is they're working those jobs. They're dealing with the personal relationships that they have going on. They don't have time to raise their kids. They don't have the time to invest in their children. So guess who raises your kids? Social media, the radio, reality TV shows, the friend. They raise your kids, and your kids begin to think that, in order to get this boy to like me, I have to give up the ass. Huh? In order to get this boy to respect me, to get his attention, I have to give in to anything that he wants to do, or I'm not cool because somebody failed to teach me self-worth. Then when that young boy, right? When that young boy is able to get your daughter. Now listen, I want to make sure people understand. I have 4 girls. So I'm coming from both standpoints. When that young man is able to get your daughter, the first thing we do is blame the young boy. You irresponsible little bastard. We don't say you irresponsible little girl. We don't say that, oh, well, unless it was forced, she was raped. That's a totally different conversation. So we're not going there. But we're saying we blame it on the boy. The boy should know better. The boy should do better. But we don't say you equal dumbasses. That's just how I feel, man. Talk to me, bro. Let me take a sip real quick. I need to take a sip.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, you're right about that. But I wanted to say about the whole people talking about single mothers and you guys talking about single mothers, but a lot of guys aren't really trying to get married. So how does that,
JC,
work
well, tell
towards
them what
that?
the topic is, bro. Somebody asked what the topic is, JC.
What are we talking about? Are men the reason for single mothers? That's what we're talking about tonight. But my thing is like, how can you be anti-single mother and anti-marriage at the same time? You're against marriage. You're teaching
Mm.
boys to just be mixing with until you're 35, be a player, be a mag, womanizer until you're 35. Settle down in your early 40s, but you're gonna tell women to be sad, have your baby before 30,
Mm.
close your legs, etc. And it's like it's two different messages being sent to both genders. That's why there's a huge confusion.
You know what? Good point. Miss Davis says that's not true. Single moms of all ages get humiliated for getting pregnant. I'm gonna say this with all due respect. That's a motherfucking lie, and I'm gonna tell you why. Females are not only glorified and appreciated, but they're respected for getting pregnant. The old days of shunning someone in reference to you're 16 and pregnant, you're 13 and pregnant, now we're gonna have a baby shower. We're gonna invite the family. Nobody's gonna say shame on you. We don't do that in today's society. Come on, y'all. We don't do that. MTV VH1 clearly expresses 13 and pregnant is okay. 14, 15, 16, 17. It's okay. So we don't shame people like we used to back in the day when you used to get pregnant and you wasn't married. That doesn't happen. We glorify it. Girl, I'm about to have a baby. I ain't worrying about. That's how it is. That's how it is. But let's get back to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is that us as parents, I'm going to throw myself in the mix. Us as parents need to make sure that we instill in our children, I can't be with you all the time. And there are going to be some experiences that I'm just hoping that you make the right choice in that experience. My daughters may have sex. You know what I'm saying? Will it kill me? Will it burn me up inside? You damn right. As a father, it will burn me up inside. But at least somebody will respect themselves enough to say, put on a goddamn condom. Better yet, if I know that I'm going to do that, I'm hoping that my daughters have enough tenacity, have enough self-fortitude to talk to their mothers about birth control. You understand what I'm saying? We as parents need to instill that in our kids to say a decision needs to be made. Start giving them responsibility. When you got to wake up because the puppy's crying, because the baby's crying, you say, you know what? I don't want this responsibility right now, before the age of 21, before the age of 25. I just want to live my life carefree. I want to travel. I want to have fun. I want to do whatever entertainment. I don't want to be bogged down. Parents, we need to give our kids responsibility to make them understand you don't want this responsibility at this particular age. You want to wait till you get older and develop and experience life. We got to do better jobs as parents. We got to do better jobs as parents. And if we don't, then shit, of course your kid going to get pregnant at 12 and 13. But you can't just blame the young boy for that. You got to blame the girl for that as well. Talk to me, JC. I'm going to shut the hell up.
No, like I said, you're right about that. You're right about that. You know, they do have these shows out here, glorifying women getting pregnant at a young age, 16 and pregnant. There's nobody really holding them accountable. You know, they get baby showers. Oh, you're doing a good job. You know, you're a strong woman because you're having a child at a young age. You know, you're going through school, you're going through battle. Instead of like why not have a child when you're mature, when you're ready for it. You know, I'm not saying that you're ever ready for a child, but I'm just saying though, at least live some life before you try to, you walk down with a child. That's a huge responsibility. If you talk about responsibility. Yeah, get a pet, feed a dog, as far as getting pets and stuff like that, and try to see how to really take care of responsibility, let alone a child. We still child yourself, you trying to have a baby, like, it doesn't make sense.
No doubt, no doubt. Miss Tanisha said, I want to make sure I point out certain things if I can, because I like to be able to address it while I'm live. Oh my God, he's killing me. No, he's wrong. I don't know what exactly that is, but I want to make sure that we're clear, especially on my point of view. And I know JC can speak for herself. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that both parties in this situation are wrong. I don't care how young they are. I don't care how old they are. It takes two to get it in. As somebody said, it takes two to tango. I think that we are, natural nurturers of women. Natural nurtures of little girls. Like I have 4 little girls, and I'm a natural nurturer. Like I'm a natural protector. I'm a natural provider. I think that it would be different for my son, because I think I would be a little bit tougher to say, watch out for your sisters. Watch out for this and watch out for that. But I think we have to be realistic about some things. One of those things that we have to be realistic about is that our girls, our young women, our adolescents, our women, period, they have to be responsible and know their self-worth for their bodies. When you understand your self-worth, there's a certain way you look, act, dress, and carry yourself. When you understand those things, all of the getting pregnant out of wedlock and just having sex, with whoever, it doesn't happen because you check that situation. Fellas, let me ask you a question. I'm going to talk to the fellas real quick. Have you ever walked up to a female and you came at her disrespectful and she checked you for it. Hey, shorty, what's up, shorty? Oh, you looking real good. Oh, look at that tractor trailer in the back of you. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Who are you talking to? She knows her worth. She understands her value that you're not going to speak to me in that manner. Now, here's the thing. Suppose she don't know her worth. Hey, little mama, come here, right? Check this out, right? Hey, little mama, come here, that tractor trailer in the back. And she goes for it. Then not only she goes for it, but she then turns around and gets pregnant by the same dude who came at her disrespectful from the jump. Do you blame the man? Is it the man's fault, or did that woman have a part to play? JC, talk to me, bro.
I mean, both have a part. Both have a part to play. Like I said before, like I said, both got to be accountable. Like I said, don't allow people near you. If you're not ready for a baby, make sure to protect yourself, or be abstinent, or be celibate. It's easier said than done. I'm just saying that's where you need to go. You don't want any children. Hold on one second. Yeah, because even Remy said, "Women, I'm sorry, but you don't want children. Don't allow men near your vagina without retention." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Is it really that simple? You want to overblow it, but I feel like if both parties don't want to say, do what you gotta do. If you do end up getting pregnant, then be man enough to take care of the child. Be woman enough to take care of the child. Okay. Tisha says, Skrilla says, I explained to him, we don't get bite on the back. We're getting pregnant early. I explained my situation. Usually, I kind of prove they wrong, so they disregarded me. Nah, Mario wasn't saying that, He was just saying that how society glorifies it. Like 16 and pregnant, you want that show, glorify women getting pregnant at a young age. He wasn't saying you're a certain situation, I can let him do that. He was getting on you. He wasn't answering a question
though. Miss Davis, I appreciate you telling somebody to scroll up. My thing about it is I'm gonna bring this thing together for y'all. I'm gonna bring it together for those people that's just tuning in right now. If a young boy or older man, if a young woman or a young girl or older woman, if whatever the scenario is, however you break it down, whatever words you use, if the end result is two people have sex and they have a baby, they produce a child, both people are responsible for the production of that child and the support and nourishment and growth of that child. Who wants to argue with your boy? Now that we got that out the way, because that's what I believe. Everybody is responsible. My next thing is that the people that are responsible, sometimes they don't understand what being a role model is, what being a parent is. So it takes people in their circle, family, friends, maybe good innocent bystanders, to give them an avenue of approach, to give them the information that they need in order to be successful. That's life. But sometimes in society, what we do is we tend to say it's the boy's fault. It's the young man's fault. It's the older man's fault. And we tend to not address the female. We have to empower our females in a sense to say, baby girl, we love you. We respect you. We want you to be empowered. We want you to be CEOs. We want you to be motivated. We want you to have the ambition that's going to soar through the roof. But we want you to be responsible about your vagina. It is your vagina. It's not that man's vagina. It's not your mama's vagina, your grandma's vagina. It's yours. You decide who comes in your vagina. You are equally responsible. And the same thing we need to preach to those young boys: before you pull your penis out, make sure you protect your penis. Make sure that the woman you're laying down with is a woman that you respect, if she gets pregnant, that you're gonna be there to support that child. And the problem is we as parents fail to teach and fail to encourage our children to teach in that light. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know, we got to get on the boys and girls. Like, you know, like I said, you're a man, and you end up getting the girl pregnant. You man up and you take full responsibility. I don't want to hear, oh, she should have maybe wore a condom. Oh, she should have, you know, done. She should have stopped me. You know, I don't want to hear all the excuses. You man up and you take care of the child, and you do the best job you can for that child. You know, the same thing with women. As far as I don't want to hear, oh, he's not this, he ain't this, he ain't that, unless he's not really being involved in the child's life. You know, a lot of times
I hear you, JC.
you're not actually getting to know the brother. You don't even know this man's parent, you don't know this man's background. You haven't done any kind of background check.
That's a great thing. You know what, JC? I'm writing a book, JC, and a portion of that book explains young parenting. And it's a 25 questions that I'm developing right now. And in those 25 questions, it's a questionnaire that you could give to any young couple that's right now going to say, oh, well, we're pregnant. Whether it's 13, 17, 21, we give them that 25 questionnaire and we ask them, what's their favorite color? How many siblings do they have? What college did they go to? What's the 5 things that they like to do for their hobby? What's the last book that they read? You would be surprised at the amount of people that I vetted that out to. Bro, they couldn't answer half of this shit. They couldn't answer half of the questions, JC. If that doesn't alarm you and it doesn't concern you, then damn. We don't teach our kids to get to know the person they're having sex with. Where's that conversation at, sir? Where's that conversation at? Where is it at? Who right now, JC, come on, bro. Who is saying get to know the person that you're having sex with, because if they get pregnant, either you're going to find out you really love them, you really want to ride with them, or you can't stand them. I don't like the way you chew. You like what color? Oh, you voted for Donald Trump. I can't even mess with you. I can't mess with you. The fact of the matter is, we as you know what? I'm so tired of you sons of bitches. I'm so tired of you mother. Listen, we learn so much 25 and up, right? We learn so much about life, voting, traveling, dating, having children, careers. We learn so much, and we teach the next generation that comes behind us so little. Figure it out for yourself is the strategy. And when they figure it out for themselves, hashtag savage, hashtag boss bitch, hashtag diva, hashtag don, hashtag pimp, hashtag. When they start figuring out for themselves, then we get mad. You guys ain't been raised right. No, you ain't been teaching right. All that knowledge that you got up in here, you know what you share on your page? All the Carly B new songs. You know what you share on your page? Stick the best 10 sex positions. You know what you share on your page? Anything negative or anything promoting gossip. We don't teach the next generation how to be better. We teach them how to be savages. And when they do savage shit, we sit back and say, oh, shame on you.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, let me try to read some of these comments.
Do that.
Okay, these used to happen in traditional settings in an unplanned situation, and how to cope. It's a great idea that needs better addressing. Yeah, that was what Susie said. Yeah, you know, like I said, we don't have that many conversations to tell our young men or young women that, you know, get to know somebody. Well, we tell our young women that, but young men, before you slide yourself inside her, try to make her your wife, or at least like get to know her a lot better than just her physical. Try to get to learn her mentally, spiritually as well. And just try to do a lot better job as far as get to know her likes, dislike, get to know her family, spend some time with her, get out the matrix, plug out from social media, go on a picnic, cookout, just try to learn who the person is before you try to have sex with them. Marlon said, I do blame the old dudes who encourage young men to have sex at an early age. Yeah, you're right about that, man. There's a lot of older men that toxic men is telling us to have sex at a really young age, and we're not, we're gay or looked down upon. We don't have we don't have a high body count. But on the same token, we're telling women that you need to have a low body count, and you don't need to have that many men to have sex with. So it's two contradicting messages sent to both genders. That doesn't make any sense, though. We can't tell a woman to not sleep around, but keep trying to encourage young men to sleep around and have 4 or 5 girlfriends. So they contradict themselves. What's going on, Toya? What's going on, Chris? How you doing? But yeah, like I said before, we just gotta do a better job as far as both situations. Okay, Remy said, it's blasphemous to hold previous generation responsible for current events and social climate and for us children to grow up and look out for ourselves. Yeah, you're right about that. You gotta set the example. I know my dad, he tell me all the time, for protect the seed, protect the family legacy. He knew how important your last name was. When you go to your family cemetery, you see your last name, you will know the importance of your last name. And then not a lot of fathers in the homes to give their sons that type of talk, to not to be trying to sleep with everybody and give their seed away. That's the one thing you're leaving behind is your legacy, is your last name, and you got to honor that.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Marlon says, Remy Norris, them old folks blame my generation for everything. Let me tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the generation's fault on how they are or what they see in today's society. The fact of the matter is that each generation promotes the norm for that generation. The norm for that generation may be skinny jeans, whereas in my generation, it may have been baggy jeans. The fact of the matter is that society promotes the norms for that generation, and every generation has been different. I can only say, based on my generation, what I think is right and wrong. However, regardless of what is right and wrong, you got to think about the end result. Is your child being raised to be a responsible adult? Does today's society, does today's generation promote safe sex? That's a good ass question. Who's talking about it? Does today's society, today's generation promote safe sex? That's one. Does today's society, does today's generation promote communication, positive communication between men and women? That's a good question. I'm gonna hit you with one more. Does today's generation, does today's society promote being loyal and humble? There are so many things that you gotta ask yourself right now is what's going on in today's generation, in today's society. That's why when you're raising kids, you have to arm them with knowledge. You have to arm them with knowledge. Everything that your grandma know, everything that your grandfather know, everything that you know, everything that the older brother or older sibling or sister knows, you have to package that up and present it to your child in a manner where they understand, you know what? Sex ain't all that bad, but it need to be safe sex. Okay, cool. Spending all my money in the club ain't really cool, so I'm gonna take maybe 5%, put it to the side, and put that towards, a turn-up situation. Make them smart by arming them with knowledge. That's how you get over. You can't say, "Oh, having sex is bad." Bro, you had sex. You had a fucking kid when you was 12 years old, you bastard. You had a kid when you was 12 years old, and now you're trying to tell somebody else they can't have sex. No, you're not going to get through to your adolescent like that. You tell them at least be safe. At least be protected. At least know the person that you're dealing with. We got to have the real conversation. We got to be able to have the hard conversation. Knowledge is power. I believe that, Susan. Definitely. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, like I said, either have sex, safe sex, or don't have sex at all. I mean, a lot of people they in the Bible and the Christian, don't have sex till marriage. So you want to go back to the old generations because a lot of times you was talking about how women they got shunned, that they got sex early, or guys having babies out of wedlock. So it all depends on the individual. And your personal core values. It's not you can say, the grass is green or the sky is blue, but what is your core values of what you want to stand by, So what's going to be your legacy, your murder you want to leave for the next generation? Do you want to break the curse or you want the curse to continue? That might be the norm for society, but, you're a believer of God, you're like, okay, I'm going to wait till marriage, I'm going to wait till something serious. Whatever your core values are, that's what you need to follow, despite what's going on around you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm looking at Marlon. I think that's Griffin. I get everything that you guys are saying. I understand it. I appreciate the feedback. My thing about it is that as parents, we need to appreciate the fact that God has given us children. God has given us someone to carry our lineage on, our teenager on. God has said, for all your mistakes, this is an opportunity for you to build correctness. You remember when you was in that gang and you was like, maybe I shouldn't have joined the gang because I could have probably did this on my own. This is your time to change that. You understand what I'm saying? Remember when I did this or that? This is your time to change that. My thing about it is it doesn't even take for someone to be your blood relative or your child for you to teach. If you have a positive, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a positive message and you want to reach out to people and let them know, listen, I ain't famous, I ain't no superstar, I may never be a superstar, but I just want to tell young people, I'm not saying don't have sex, but have protected sex. I'm not saying don't go to the club. I'm saying when you go to the club, at least have a designated driver. I'm not saying don't fight for your honor. I'm saying if you're going to fight, make sure that you bob and weave. The fact of the matter is, I'm going to arm you with knowledge. I'm going to arm you with a level of success that makes you think like a boss, act like a boss, and speak like a boss. That's the difference. Today's society is we want things fast. We want things frequently, and we want things to be easy. We have to teach people that fast, frequently, and easy comes with a price because you have to earn it. That's what we have to teach. You have to earn those things. You have to earn those things.
Yeah.
Talk to me, bro. Say something, Jay. Say.
You're right about that. Okay, I'm gonna read another comment. Rifa said the media pushes these things, sex, and everything. Also homosexuality, which is another topic. So as parents, it's true you must be speaking to your child from an early age of these topics, heart to heart, being real with your children. Yeah, you're right about that. Because a lot of parents they'll be like, wait till marriage or be celibate until marriage, or you're going to be abstinent until marriage. But a lot of times that's not being realistic. I'm gonna be like, that would be the goal is to wait till marriage, but when you start reaching 13, 14, 15 years old and your hormones start getting aroused, more than likely you're gonna have sex. whether I like it or not. But make sure you protect yourself and make sure you honor your family's legacy. Make sure you don't have kids that way. Like, make sure you wearing protection if that's what you choose to do. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that you protect yourself. You do end up having sex. There's always a consequence as far as the good and the bad. Just make sure you protect yourself. So, you know,
So
cautious.
here's what I'm gonna say before I leave, JC. First of all, let me give a shout out to my big brother. JC, I appreciate you bringing me on your platform, man. It's always an honor. It's always a pleasure. I believe that you need to continue to push your message, continue to promote, continue to advocate for what it is that you believe in. I believe with this topic right here that men have a responsibility to not only the women that they get pregnant, but also to themselves and to the seed that is produced from any sexual activity. However, because I have 4 daughters, I am going to help instill in them that their responsibility is equal to that of a man's, that they are no lesser than a man, that their decision-making process needs to be at the highest level. Who are you? What are you made from? Where did you come from? And what are you about? To ask the hard questions. I'm hoping that between me and the mothers of my children, we are able to instill in our daughters self-respect, awareness, and responsibility. Because if we don't, society will. Big bro, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna see you. I gotta get to the daddy duties, man. I appreciate you. Until next time, bro. We need to do this again. For sure.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on.
No doubt.
Everybody, you go and like I said, tell everybody about your channel and your Instagram, all that good stuff.
Man, you always put the tags in there, man. If y'all want to follow me, JC puts the tags in there. Hit the link. Follow me, you know what I'm saying? But if not, at least to follow JC because my brother got a lot of energy. He has a lot of things to say. He definitely promotes a great male point of view. So definitely follow him. If you want to follow me, hit the link. Follow me. If not, you know what I'm saying? Until next time, y'all be blessed, be humble, stay smart, and be happy. I'm going to holler at y'all. No doubt.
All right. Yep. Thank you so much for joining me, Mario. Everybody. Hope you have a blessed day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Anybody that want to come on and have a healthy conversation, let me know. And I'd love to have a good debate or discussion with you. Thank you for watching. Everybody, have a blessed night. Peace.